Hello everyone. Let me just find the video real quick. Give me 1 second. Mom, could you share the...
Yep.
Thank you. So tonight we're doing something a little bit different. We're doing a how-to instead of a class because we did 12 free classes last weekend, which is a lot on two instead of a class because we...
volume.
Yeah, just dealt with it. It was a lot last weekend because we released a lot of new product. So I think we'll go through our projects. I'm pretty sure this is not in order, this pile. So, here we go. So this is class 1 from last weekend. And then we've got class 2.
Hello, Karen.
Hello, Karen. And then we've got a class... Oh, nope. Not that one. This one. Like I said, not in order. Class 3. And then we've got class 4. Oh, hello, Kelly. And then class 5, which was the beginning of Saturday. It's this one here. Class
Hello, Dee.
5. Hello. Class 6. And then class 7 was the easel card. Beautiful. Class 8, another mother-daughter together one, although to tell you the truth, I only did a little bit of stenciling and stuff at night. Mum did a lot of the building for the night classes, so that's class 8. Class 9, football. Class 10, Dad and me. Class 11, and class 12, which has a lot of photos on it. Oh, hello, Diane, Deborah. How are you, all of you? Hello, Dawn. Hello, Diane. And Diana, sorry. And then these. Right, so that was last weekend. So today we're doing a how to use, well, tonight we're doing how to use rice paper. Oh, that fell out of class number 8. Give me 1 second. Because class 8 has 2 pockets. 2 pockets. So, and this was from last weekend too, the bookmarks. So we're going to do a bit of playing around with rice papers. Amelia got me a lot. When I say a lot, I mean, oh my gosh, a lot. So, we've got this art journal that we're going to play in, which is just one of mine. These are the kids' classes. Well, a few of them for the coming up school holidays. But we're just going to flip to probably a random page at the back. So then, you know, oh, hello, Trish, and Joanne, and Marion, and Chloe. Okay, so let's just flip to the back, because, yeah, that's just so then got plenty of room to do other things, and we're just doing a bit of experimentation, which means, like, if you're just looking to experiment, just flip to the back. And I've also got this canvas here, because obviously this is a blank page that we're going to be experimenting on in the art journal. So I definitely want to show you how the rice paper looks when you're not working on something blank and there's patterns behind it and everything. So this is one of the many canvases that I have on the go at the moment, which is not good to have too many on the go, I find, because I forget about some of them. However, it is what it is. So I'm first just going to show you how to apply. And I think we'll start with the houses. Like we got heaps. Some things don't even go together in this pile, which is, you know, the usual meals. So let me just show you with, I think, probably this one here first, because it's just a generic pattern one. So if we come in with a paintbrush, Are the classes up yet for school holidays? No. Hoping for the end of next week. I just got to finish off a few other ones. Just some Easter-based ones. Because obviously it's going to be the Easter holidays. So we want a few themed ones. So, yeah. And I did have a request last school holidays to try and do a crocodile this one. So, the next one. So, I'm going to try my very best to make a crocodile cute. Do you use rice paper on timber cuts? You can use rice paper on timber cuts. So you can use rice paper on pretty much anything with the way I'm about to show you how to stick it down. So I'm just going to come in and feather off the margin a little bit because when we print, there's always like a little bit of a margin that you guys get on your print. Actually, it might be a bit easier to see on a dark one. Here we go. Let's do so. It's always going to be some margins on your print. So that's just so they can get the best quality print from us. And yeah, let's come in. Stand that one upright. So if we just come in and we feather off a chunk, it is good to wet the rice paper before ripping it, just so then, because if I try, say, down the stem where there's no water, and I rip it, it's a little bit harder to control it than if you come in and wet it. It's going to go exactly where you want it to go. And this is a very harsh edge line, whereas with our water effect, it kind of feathers it, which means it blends better if you're working on top of something. Oh, cool beans, Chloe. Sounds excellent. Right, so let's come in and do this. So I've got some gel medium matte. I prefer the matte rather than the gloss because the gloss it dries glossy, obviously, and it's a bit reflective. It's a little bit hard on my eyes. That's my personal preference, though. So if you guys prefer a gloss, we have gel medium gloss, but I prefer matte. Also means that your book doesn't stick together if you forget to wax it at any point. So let's just come in, and we're going to put some gel medium on the back of our rice paper. And then, so this is just like a nice little reminder. And then some gel medium on the piece of paper where you want it to go. And it's okay if you're not very good at guessing the size of your rice paper and you miss a little bit of it. The part of it is to have the majority of the, where you're going to put your rice paper down with glue on the piece of paper. It just stops you from getting air bubbles. And then we rub some gel medium on top to seal it. Now, I normally rub it in a circular motion when I get very close to my edges, just so then if I do have something behind it, it blends quite naturally, or it kind of flattens the texture it has, so it just seeps into the background. So that's just generic 101 gluing of rice paper there. Sorry, that's a big long flappy bit there. So let me come in and show you how it looks different on our background. So this is canvas. It's exactly the same gluing technique you'd use on a normal piece. This is watercolor paper, this book, or sketching paper. It's a good quality art paper, that's all that matters. You do want to use like a thick cardstock when doing it, so the cardstock we sell is good for it. I sometimes forget to mention that because we sell the type of cardstock you need for it just generically. So let's come in. So we're just going to split that up a little bit more because I don't want such a large piece on my thing. So if we come and stick it down here, now, as you can see, this canvas here has a fair bit of texture on it. Like, not a lot, but not a little. So we are going to need just a fair chunk of coating. Like, the more generous you are, the less likely you're going to get an air bubble. And if you get an air bubble, it means that the glue will actually deteriorate over time and your project will fall apart. if not go moldy, depending on your weather and how much humidity you have. So let's just come in and put some glue on top. Rub it.
How you going?
In a circle motion, pretty good. So that there is, and I just keep rubbing it in a circular motion until I'm happy with how the edges blended. So I do lose.
Not too much, or
not too much, or else it falls to pieces. But along the edge, I typically lose about, I want to say a skerrick of just the edge pattern, because like once that dries, that's just going to be fully part of my canvas. That pattern's just become part of the canvas, like it's blended in. Whereas, say, if we use a paint behind it, like white, let's just come in and get our paintbrush, wet that one, do a bit of this, and we'll go for a darker area so you guys can see this nice and clearly. So we'll go up here on this dark burgundy / red I've used. And we come in and put some white on top. On the bottom. Put a bit of a dollop of white where we're going to go. That's so they can spread out. And then let's just stick that one down. And then, can you use matte gel on newspaper onto canvas? Yes. Gel medium matte is, I believe, to be one of the best art glues around. So yes, you can use it to put newspaper onto canvas. With newspaper does go a bit yellowy over time, doesn't it, Mum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to seal it on both sides. Really seal it really, really well.
So to seal
so
it,
the acid in it doesn't escape.
To seal it, what would you do? You'd just paint some gel medium matte on it and let it dry first, or just normal?
At least 2 coats of gel medium on both sides.
Yeah. So before you
Leave
stick the newspaper down, just so then the acid doesn't release from it, because it's the type of printing ink they use and the type of paper, you would have to coat the newspaper on both sides of gel medium twice. So like coat it, let it dry, coat it again, let it dry, and then do the other side. Okay, so let me just come in and show you this. So obviously when I do my classes and I do my rice paper, I typically leave the bit of going over my rice paper with gel medium till the very end, because normally I'll go over it with paint anyway. So I seal it with paint rather than gel medium, and we can do that. So I've just done that one there with white, so the pattern becomes opaque, for example. Whereas if we did it, and this opaqueness would come with anything, it just kind of takes on the color of the background. So say we put orange behind these purple butterflies, put a bit of orange, because the rice paper just kind of absorbs the paint and takes the color on with it. So flip it over, and we're going to put it down here. So I might just put a bit of orange around it to blend out the edge. And then if I come in with some gel medium matte, just to seal the rice paper up. Yeah, the rice paper can be very stunning. So this is it with the orange behind it. This is it with the white. So the white typically makes the pattern opaque. So if you want something to stand out, we'll show you that in a second. I use white behind it. Whereas if you put color behind it, the actual pattern, you only get the darker shades. With the butterflies, we really only get the dots and the little bits around the spine. So you just have to be like teensy bit wary of that. Oh, hello, Diana. I mean, Diane, sorry. I've got some paint on my face. Okay. Well, Liv, I can still feel it there. Hopefully my hair hasn't gone into it. It'll be a moment. Okay, so let's come in now and let's do the... So what I mean by when I said that, like, say if I want to put these ones onto here, but like kind of like fussy cuts. So I have two options. I could either come in, well, actually I have three. Come in and wet them and feather them out. You could try and grip around it without destroying the edges. It's a little bit difficult. Or you use scissors that you know don't have any sticky on them. If your scissors have sticky on them, the rice paper is just going to stick to that, and that's not going to be fun. I can already tell you that one from lots of experience. So you can come in and fussy cut them out, and you'd probably do a lot better job because, like, I'm just doing a bit of a rough fussy cut. So out of the three ways, I prefer feathering, mainly because I'm a little bit lazy around the fussy cutting, or doing fussy cutting, and I find that I have a bit more control than just normal tearing. So I can come in, and for example with this flower here, I can just keep adding water and just keep puckering until I think I'm close enough to the edge of my flower. Whereas with ripping, you're really trying to be very cautious, and even then, like, I did just rip a bit of a petal off, but it's okay. There's no perfect flower. So with these ones here, you can actually add these on top of pretty much anything. So you could have, like, you know, lots of stenciling in your background and a fair bit of texture and whatnot, and then just come and add these on top like they're blooming. So let's just... So this is the Cottage Garden pink flowers. So that's one. Stick all three on. Another one. And as you can see, the white really makes it stand out. Like, just beautiful. So there's that one. Let me just come and get rid of the extra one on my hand there, so I don't want it on my clothing. Right. So then we just come in with this gel medium. Remember to seal, because I'm not going to do anything else in this canvas tonight, I don't think. Okay. So as you can see, so the feathered one really does blend into the background. The tearing one also kind of blends in, not as much. You don't have as big of an area as what the feathered one does. And then the fussy cut one, definitely, as you can see, those are straight edges. So they're always going to be straight. Like, sometimes people love that. That might really work on a scrapbooking page where you just need some flowers but no weight, if that makes sense, because you got lots and lots of stuff already on it. It could be an interactive or something, so you just need a few flowers, where like rice paper and vellum would do perfectly for that. So that's how I would stick those ones on. Your other options with rice paper, I'm going to come back to the journal for this one. So say we want to like build a sort of a scene with our rice paper. And we've got, let's come in and choose a few, because once again, we have a lot of rice papers. So let's say we went for a bit of a scene. So we've got this Aussie grunge.
Are you saying?
I keep standing up every few minutes to see
sorry.
YouTube. Any ones in the last few
Tina finds feathering more natural.
Yes, I do too. Feathering, I find a lot more natural. It just looks whole to me, personally. We might use that one, or actually, we might come in and switch out and use the butterflies from this one, and then we could have a door. Rightio. Let's come in and make a little bit of a scene. So what I mean by that is we're going to use these 3 rice papers to kind of make a bit of a scene. So we're going to grab closest color to our doors. Probably this top one. So we'll just come in and just wet it along that printing margin. There we go. Got rid of our seam. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to actually feather all of our stuff we want first before we add glue to our hands. Okay, so there's one. And we kind of want this one coming into the door here. So then here comes the next one. Let's just come in. Let these go. And you could come in and fussy cut this bit if you want. It's up to you. Right, so then yep, that fits perfectly. Look at that. And let's come in and I just want this butterfly here. This bit down here. Oh dear. I tore everything up then, didn't I? And this butterfly here. So we might go for 3 butterflies. Right, here we go. We got a bit of flower cluster there. Right. So let's come in. We're first going to stick down our big piece. So we just want to come in. Give it a good coating. And because we're going to build a scene, we're not going to seal this big piece at first once we stick it down. I'm going to do that at the very end all together, so then they all work nicely together. And then we're just going to come and put a bit of glue down. I really don't like air bubbles, so I'm generally pretty generous. The only thing that would stop me sometimes from doing the bottom layer of gel medium is if I've got wet paint on my page. That will also be acting as a sealer, like as the bit of like the paper sealer. So I don't get overly concerned if I've got wet paint down. So then just making sure we come in and we make sure it's all stuck. Perfect. Look at that. Woo! Okay, and then we want this to kind of seem like it's sprouting up from nowhere. So if we just come in, I think remove the middle bit here. So, you know, nothing like building a scene from random, but from a range of our collections. There we go. We have the doorknob there. Okay, so then if we just come in and flip it over and we use gel medium again. Now I'm pretty heavy-handed, just as a heads up, too. Okay, we want it there. Sit down. Because we didn't do the sealing layer on our bottom piece of rice paper, we just got to make sure we do that there. Just want to check where my little top bits would go. Right, so just come in again, pat that down, make sure it's all nice and flat. No air bubbles to be had. Yay! And then just randomly, might come in, butterfly up here. And I'm just going to rub the edge until I kind of get rid of all the excess I want there. Then let's come put a butterfly. Another one down here. Another one down here. And then we're just going to grab the glue. Come and rub it in where we haven't sealed our rice paper. Look at that. We have built a scene. So you can overlap the rice papers. As you can see. And once that's dry, you can come in and add paint pen and whatnot to it. So this one here, got a few butterflies everywhere coming out. So just 3 rice papers all together making kind of like a scene. The thing with rice paper is that you can pretty much glue it down with any sort of paint or glue. So you could do it with the pastels. You could do it with the metallics. However, it doesn't stick well when you use the glitter paints because they don't have enough body in them. You can use modeling paste. The ones that I avoid trying to stick my rice paper down with are glitter glue or glitter paint. just because the glitter makes it a bit gritty, and then the rice paper absorbs all the glue, and then all we got is like glitter and then rice paper. Doesn't stick to the page. Paint pens, just because, yeah, I'll show you why. So if I just draw, you know, a bit of a lump here with my paint pen, for example, it's pretty much already dry, but like, say I re-ink it, or I come over here and I do another blob, and I move relatively like fast and try and stick it down, or put a bit of glue on, then try and stick it down to that, it's not actually going to stick to the paint because the paint pens dry too fast and there's not enough body in them. So I don't try paint pens. I also don't try sticking it down with watercolor because, like, as you know, with water, if you add it to it, it feathers it. So like if we just come in and we get this color here, we come in and we give it a good, like, you know, we make it wet enough to be considered a glue. And we stick it on the rice paper and then try and seal it. It's still not going to stick. It's just going to absorb the color, the pigment. Like, there's no pigment left really on that page where we put that watercolor down because the rice paper's just absorbed it. Because it has no body to it, it doesn't stay on top. Like, it doesn't stay there. The rice paper doesn't stay there with it. Just gets absorbed. Does anyone have any questions or any mediums they want me to try with rice paper before we go? I think I've nearly covered it all. It's okay. I'm pretty sure I've nearly covered all the bits and pieces to show you. And like, Jelmy.
Yes, anyone that's in line for the cyclone, please stay safe.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely. Noah is hunkered down, doing uni from
Brisbane.
college. His car's undercover. They've got plenty of food and water. And he's going to be on an island, maybe. If it gets bad.
Yeah, but if you are there to stay safe.
We did get our notice today that our videos will be getting deleted from July. So we are going to do the monthly class groups and all of the retreats first, but all of the classes prior to
March 2023.
So all of the classes prior to week 12, so up to and including week 11 of 2022, you need to do those. They're not safe. So from like week 11 2020 to week 11 2022, you need to do those. Some are on YouTube. We have some saved, but we don't have them all. But from week 12 2022 up till up till March 2023, they are on YouTube. You can find them on YouTube as well. And then, but we're going to protect from March 2023 onwards and all of the retreats, because we have got a lot of retreats, and they're all going to be, it's going to be a mammoth job reloading all of those videos into the albums. So that's just going to take us probably all year.
So we've kind of had to go with what we could do in the time we've been given. And
we've been given till July.
So
to get them all down, but we've got some, but we've just got to get loading before they all get deleted.
Obviously, there might be a few missing. If you do end up going to do a class and it's missing, send us
a message and we'll try and help as best we can.
Yeah.
So, and we'll load, if we've got it, we will load it into the album for you if you've got a kit, but you just sooner rather than later with that, just in case. all kits from 2021 and 2022, and then there's a week for 2023. All of those kits, because they're the kits that Facebook's got in the firing line, they're the classes that we're not going to be as easy for us to salvage. All of those kits, if they're not sold by tomorrow morning after our weekly roundup, those kits will actually be removed from the website, and we are going to make them into $5 packs in our store for our supported adults and our kids classes. So you've only got until tomorrow morning to buy 2021 and 2022 kits.
Yes.
Because I've got to do that before I go.
Yeah. I don't want to be doing that in the paperwork. Is it okay to use photos with gel?
Just don't get it on top.
Just don't get it on top.
I have a canvas here.
I think personally, I would use red tape on a canvas.
I use gel. I'm
not that clean when I use gel medium, so I
do
avoid photos. Can I just have a photo that you're going to touch to? One of a beach scene. We have like 5.
I have an extra photo from a tree.
Okay.
So I'm just going to say, I've got a spare one of this. I use moulding paste, not like moulding paste. I use something like moulding paste. I make sure not to get it on the front. I have really clean hands, and I trowel a nice even layer on, but not up to the edges, and I stick it on that way. I don't go right to the edges, because when I stick it on, it'll come out a bit, and then I sort of clean it up so you can't see it. But when I do memory canvases, that's what I do. Maybe I need to do one of those memory canvases. They're a big job, but
yeah, because
yeah. But that's how I stick photos.
Yes.
But you got to be clean.
Is there any way of getting a photo of the completed class for the early classes? I have quite a few. Yes, so that's what we mean. That if like you go to do, say you pick up like a kit that we can't salvage a video for, like
they
maybe
should all have photos in the albums.
Yeah, especially
the early ones should all have photos in the albums.
The photos won't be getting deleted, but like say that we've only got like a full photo of the project and you want to see a certain cluster, you can contact us because we still have the project, unless it's a card.
I've been conned lately into selling my pages.
We have the majority. So we can send you close-ups if you need them, but
the early ones, there should be pictures in the albums.
The early ones that we are unsure if we can get the videos or not, they should all have pictures. So that's
if they don't, let us know, because we have pictures of them all.
Yeah. The pictures are coming for the newer ones too. They're just
Mum's had a bit of a blockage.
Yeah. Is there any other questions related to rice paper, gel medium, videos, general scrapbooking kits? All of last week's kits, last week's Super Weekend kits are up and live, all 12. Showed them at the beginning.
There's a couple of products to go.
There's quite a few products left to go up. I've actually started making the I'm on point with orders at the moment.
Yeah, we've got a massive pile of kits to do tomorrow.
I've kind of gone a bit radio silence on the reels this week.
Colour Cuts of the Month Club is
busy making orders. Yeah. But yeah, great class and informative. Thank you so much. Yeah, so that was just like a how-to. We might do a few more of these. We have got cardstock. We're being held up by cardstock and ink now. They are stuck in Sydney because they won't freight them to Queensland for us. Beautiful. Alfred just needs to hurry up. But thank you for coming. I hope you all stay safe, and we shall see you tomorrow morning for our weekly roundup, which should be fun.
I like that layered door.
Yeah, it turned out really nice, didn't it?
I like it. What are you going to do with it now?
I don't know. I got to go and finish my uni lecture, and then I'll paint.
Fantastic class tonight. Thank you. Safe and wonderful. Okay. We might do more of these how-tos.
Maybe. But yes. So thank you for coming. We'll see. But thank you for coming and have a wonderful night, everyone. Bye. Bye.